Thank you so much for joining us for the opening ceremonies of the OPTAVIA Healthy Habits Game Design Challenge. My name is Lindsay Buckle, and I am the Manager of Strategy here at Legends of Learning. We are so excited that you're joining us for the challenge and also for these opening ceremonies. Whether in school or at home, kids engage in gameplay every single day. They create games on their own, as well as with their friends and classmates. This challenge seeks to tap into this creative energy and inspire students to design games that build, develop, and encourage healthy habits. Our goal is to inspire students through a virtual game design challenge with support from game development professionals. Experts from OPTAVIA, GameRight, Calliope Games, Ravensburger, and Asmodee are thrilled to be able to share their wealth of knowledge with students all over the world. They'll be discussing everything from healthy habits to game development, as well as prototyping to playtesting. And if you're a winner, you'll receive a premium swag bag with games from each of these amazing companies. As the platinum sponsor of the Healthy Habits Game Design Challenge, OPTAVIA has challenged you to design a game that promotes healthy habits. There are countless healthy habits, so we encourage you to think about habits in the context of habits for health. Developed by OPTAVIA co-founder, Dr. Wayne Anderson, also known as Dr. A, the habits of health get your mind and body working together and help you replace unhealthy habits with healthy ones. Today, the OPTAVIA team is excited to dive into all of the habits of health with you. For our opening ceremonies, we have two representatives from our platinum sponsor, OPTAVIA, which is one of the fastest growing health and wellness communities. OPTAVIA's mission is to provide lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time, by offering simple and easy to follow programs for healthy habit creation in every area of life. After their presentation, we will dive into a little bit of the challenge details, and then we'll open the floor for questions. But right now, please welcome Behavioral Counseling Manager Nick Fry and Nutrition and Wellness Specialist Lindsay Privilegios.
All right, thank you so much, Lindsay. Yeah, we've got two Lindsays on the call today. So just to keep it nice and clear, Lindsay from Legends of Learning, and we'll go with Linz from OPTAVIA. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to share a presentation with you all today, going over healthy habits and all sorts of fun games that we've got to play with you today. And we're going to learn about healthy habits. We're going to learn a little bit about the Game Design Challenge and a little bit about OPTAVIA as well. So thank you all again so much for joining. And let's tell them all a little bit about ourselves. What do you say, Linz?
Yeah, that sounds great. And we're so happy to be here. And whether you're here with us now or watching the recording later, we hope you have a great time with us today.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too.
So as Lindsay said, my name is Nick Fry, and I'm the Behavioral Counseling Manager here at OPTAVIA, and I am a licensed clinical professional counselor. And my buddy here is?
I'm also Lindsay, joined by Lindsay for this presentation, and I'm also a licensed project professional counselor.
Well, so what does that mean? Our professions, what we do is we help people to think healthy thoughts, feel healthy feelings, and make healthy choices. And we work here at OPTAVIA to help people make those healthy choices. And we're going to be talking about different healthy habits and different healthy choices today. But first, we thought it would be really fun to share some pictures of us when we were maybe your age. So here's me when I was 5 years old, and here's Lindsay when she was 10. And maybe we have some people out there that are 5, and maybe we have some people out there that are 10 or older, and we'd love to hear from you all out there, right?
Yeah, if you're joining us, put your name in the chat and how old you are. We want to get a sense of this with us today.
Yeah, we want to hear a little bit about you, who you are, what's your name, how old you are. Again, my name's Nick, this is Lindsay, and we're going to be talking to you a little bit about healthy habits and OPTAVIA today. So I love these pictures of us.
Fantastic.
All right, so let's learn a little bit more about you all. And we want you to be very interactive today. We're hoping that you're going to use the chat, but if you are watching later, don't worry about that. You can shout out your answers to your teacher at home or wherever you're watching.
Absolutely. So for our first icebreaker question, we want you to put in the chat what your favorite cardboard or dice game is. So while people are typing that in, Nick, why don't you share what your favorite game is?
My favorite board game is called Ticket to Ride. And it's this game where you use domino pieces to build a train track around the map of the United States. And whoever has the longest train track by the end of the game, they're the winner. And I love playing this game with my family. We have a great time doing it. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Well,
That's awesome. That sounds so fun.
yeah, Linz, what about you? What's your favorite game?
My favorite game is Taboo. It's a card game. So on the card at the top, there's one word, and then on the bottom, there's 5 words. And your goal is to get your partner to say the word at the top without saying the 5 words at the bottom. It can be really tricky, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that does sound tricky, but you and I should play that game one time.
We should.
Yeah, that
It'll be fun.
would be a lot of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. So are we seeing anybody putting out your what's your favorite cardboard or dice game? Go ahead and put it in the chat. And Lindsay, if there's any great ones out there, feel free to share them with us. We'd love to hear from you all as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a fan of Uno in the house, the great card game. Also Exploding Kittens. I think that's a card game too. Very fun. And then a classic board game, Game of Life.
Yes. Yeah, I got Exploding Kittens for Christmas last year.
And
that is
so much fun.
Yeah, that's a lot
How
of fun.
fun. Yes, we also have another Exploding Kittens game, Throw Burrito. A classic.
Oh. Very fun, very fun. Well, I think we've got another question for him here, Linz.
What is your favorite healthy habit? Go ahead and put in the chat what your favorite healthy habit is. It could be anything from cooking, healthy eating, exercising, healthy sleep, anything is fair game here. Nick, what's your favorite healthy habit?
Well, you actually listed it. It's cooking. I love cooking healthy meals for my family. I have so much fun in the kitchen and just using different ingredients and coming up with different ways to make healthy meals for me and my loved ones. I love it. What about you, Linz?
Great. My favorite is healthy exercise. I love if I'm having a school day, just doing a nice workout, getting it all out. If I have extra energy, just finding a good place to put that. Especially if I get to work out with friends. That's my favorite.
Oh, I love working out with friends. Just burning up that energy, maybe even playing a game together. That would be a lot of fun. Well, what would you say is your favorite exercise, though?
Well, that's tricky. There's so many fun ones. But if I had to pick, I'd say playing tennis.
Tennis. That's a fun game. That's a fun game. So games can be healthy habits as well, huh?
Absolutely.
Very good. Very good. Well, Lindsay, do we have anybody putting in the chat what their favorite healthy habit is?
Yes, we have someone in the chat who really likes to sleep.
Yes, that is an excellent healthy habit.
Yes, we also have someone who's interested or excited about walking as a healthy habit. And then
Excellent.
someone who also, just like you, loves cooking.
That's great.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So many different healthy habits, and we're going to be learning about some of them today, right?
Absolutely. So before we dive into learning more about healthy habits, we want to share a bit more about OPTAVIA and who we are. Lindsay said this a couple minutes ago, but our mission at OPTAVIA is to offer the world lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. And Nick is going to share a bit more about how we do that and who we are.
So yeah, who is OPTAVIA? It's the company that you and I work for, right? It's the platinum sponsor today. And well, OPTAVIA is one of the fastest growing health and wellness communities. It's a community of people that are really focused on helping each other to create health and wellness in their life. And we offer a lifestyle solution with what's called a holistic health approach. And you can think of the word holistic like the word whole, meaning like a whole body or your whole life. We really help people to create healthy habits in every area of their life. We're going to talk about those different areas today. And we offer a simple and easy to follow solution for that. And I think my favorite part is our coach and community support. We have all sorts of OPTAVIA coaches, and we have a community of people that are really committed to living a healthy lifestyle, and they support and they encourage each other and they cheer each other on. And it's just a wonderful community to be a part of. So that's a little bit about OPTAVIA. And next we're going to talk about why the theme this year for the Game Design Challenge is healthy habits? Well, something that we really believe firmly at OPTAVIA is that we believe everyone should have access and education to create healthy habits in their own lives, no matter where they live, how old they are. It doesn't matter, right? Whoever you are, we believe that everyone should have access to the ability, the education, the knowledge to be able to create healthy habits in their lives. And your games are going to help us to achieve this goal, right? Because your games are going to, in a really fun way, teach people about healthy habits, how they can eat healthier, how they can stay hydrated and move more and sleep better, and all of those healthy habits that are super, super important for health and well-being. And we're so excited to see what games you all come up with.
What your game might look like, and we're hoping that as we share more information about healthy habits, that it'll give you some more ideas to perfect those games. So we're first going to talk about healthy habits. In OPTAVIA, we have a concept called macro habits. And like the word macro, think big. These are those large categories of wellness. And it can range from habits of healthy eating and hydration, to healthy motion, to healthy sleep, healthy mind, and healthy surroundings. And in a few minutes, we're going to go through each of these macro habits and give you more information about them. But first, Nick is going to tell us about micro habits.
Yeah, so the word micro is just the opposite of macro, where macro means big, and it's all those big areas of health in a person's life. Micro habits are the small choices we make each and every day to make a healthy choice, whether we're eating something healthy or we're moving our bodies. All those small choices we make throughout the day are called micro habits. And micro habits build up over time as we do them into bigger, healthier habits. So let me give you some examples of what I mean by micro habits. It's something as simple as drinking a glass of water, making that choice to drink water and stay hydrated. That's a micro habit. And that's something simple each of us can do each and every day, is drinking water. Or how about taking a walk around your neighborhood? I think somebody mentioned walking as their favorite healthy habit. So that would be a great one. Just taking, and it can just be a quick walk around your neighborhood. Or how about reading a bedtime story? That helps you to relax and set yourself up for a good night's sleep. It's just something small and simple and easy that we can do that helps us make big health happen in our lives. Or how about just taking 5 deep breaths? I know whenever I'm feeling stressed out, Lens, I like to just make sure I take 5 deep breaths to calm myself down, to calm my mind, to calm my heart rate down just a little bit. And then I feel like I can take on anything. And then the final one we're going to talk about is sending a meme to your friend. This is a micro habit of health, absolutely. If we're sending funny memes, wholesome memes, good-hearted memes, that's how we can stay connected with people that maybe live far away, or friends that are at a different grade than us or something like that, but staying connected in just small, simple, easy ways. So micro habits are the small actions and choices we make each and every day that add up to big changes in our health. And it reminds me of a saying. I don't know if anybody's ever heard this before. It says, little strokes fell great oaks. And what this means is, if you think about a big, mighty oak tree, and it could be really intimidating to chop that tree down. But how it happens is through just small strokes with an axe repeatedly over time, and then that tree falls down. And that's exactly how we develop healthy habits in our life. Small choices today add up to big health changes in our lives. Pretty cool, right?
Absolutely. It sounds a lot easier to focus on something small versus the whole thing all at once.
Absolutely. The big thing can be so overwhelming. So focusing on small choices is a really great strategy. So I think we're going to play a little game now and focusing on the macro habit, that big habit of healthy eating and hydration, right, Lens?
Absolutely. So what we want you to do here is put in the chat true or false. A healthy meal incorporates multiple food groups. So what do you all think? Is this a true statement or a false statement? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Again, if you're watching the recording later, please feel free to play along.
Shout it out. Yell it out. What do you think? Is this true? Does a healthy meal incorporate multiple food groups, or maybe only one food group or two? That's kind of what it's asking here, right, Lens?
Absolutely. Are you getting anything in the chat?
Yes, we are getting lots of trues in the chat. So hopefully that's the right answer.
Absolutely, you all are spot on. When we have a meal that incorporates multiple food groups, that adds up together to create a healthy meal. So you'll see here, we just have some pictures of some different food groups. We have some produce, some nice veggies and fruits. We have some good protein through beans and legumes here. We have some healthy grains and some healthy dairies. So it's great to build a meal using multiple food groups to get the different nutrients that each of those food groups provide. So next we have one more true false question for you. Drinking plain water is the best way to stay hydrated. Go ahead and put in the chat if this is true or false.
That's a tricky one because there's lots of different things to drink. So I don't know, is plain water the best way to stay hydrated? That's a tricky question, Linz.
Yeah, what do y'all think?
Are we getting anything in the chat, Lindsay?
Yeah, again, we're getting a lot of truths.
Awesome. And again, you are spot on. We're not tricking you here today. Absolutely. Drinking plain water is the best way to stay hydrated. That plain water is really what hydrates our cells. And we know that our body is majority made up of water. So having that plain water to replenish that is really, really the healthiest choice.
Excellent. I think
Great
everybody
job.
did really great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
All right.
So a little bit more information about that macro habit, habits of healthy eating and hydration, and what types of information are within that macro habit is what you see here on the slide. So that includes portion control, what is a healthy portion size, how often you should be eating throughout the day, what different food groups provide which nutrients that are important to make our bodies function and feel the best, and how that's part of a balanced diet. Also the importance of water and proper hydration, like we just talked about a second ago.
Great, Lindsay. Yeah, so all of these different things can be incorporated into your game, right? Proper portion control or different nutrients or eating that balanced diet.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's move on to the next macro habit. And this one is habits of a healthy mind. So we're actually going to play a game, a little bit of a mind game here. So this game is called How Fast Is Your Brain? And all you have to do is name the color that you see. Different colors are going to pop up on your screen, and you're going to shout out, you're going to name what color you see. It might be pink, it might be blue, it might be red, it might be black. All you're going to do is shout out the color that you see. Well, that sounds simple enough, right? Okay, so we're going to see what happens when words get in the way. So what's going to be flashing up on the screen are different words in different colors. And remember, the rules of the game here are name the colors, but don't read the words. Okay, so here's the game. How fast is your brain? I want everybody to play along. Remember, name the color, don't read the word. Okay, here's round two. It's going to get faster now. Let's see if you can do it. Okay, round number three, we're gonna get much faster now. Keep it up, everybody. Round number four, the fastest one. Done, you did it! That last round is crazy fast, right? How did everybody do out there? It can seem pretty simple at first, right? You get the game, you're reading the words, well, you're naming the colors and not reading the words, right? But then it gets faster and faster and it gets much harder to do, right, Linz? Oh, it's so fast. All right, well, let's see. I mean, what's going on here? So what's happening is that reading words is actually a more well-developed habit. We read words regularly, all the time, even if you're just learning how to read. So you're gonna start reading words all over the place. You're reading the words on the screens during our presentation right now. And that's a really well-developed habit. We read words all the time. However, we're not always walking around naming colors. So it's actually a less developed habit. And so habits that we practice more often become easier to do. And so reading is easier than naming colors. And so it conflicts in our brain and we don't know which one to do. And we have to stop. We're like, do I name the color or do I read the word? Because our brain wants to perform a habit that's really well rehearsed. So that's why it's so important that we develop healthy habits and that we do them all the time, regularly, consistently doing healthy habits, because then it's much easier for our brain to do healthy habits. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what the habits of a healthy mind are. So it's things like how you make choices or understanding your own patterns and triggers, or the one I'm going to talk a little bit more about is how to maintain being calm and resilient. So the word resilience means being able to bounce back after a difficult time or something really stressful, like the past few years it's been for a lot of people. It's been very stressful. And so resilience is how we can bounce back. And so one of the ways that we can maintain our calm and deal with stress and deal with challenges and difficulties in life is we can do simple things in the moment, like taking a deep breath. Just breathing in and breathing out can help us to calm our minds and calm our bodies. Going outside and taking a walk can help us to calm our minds and our bodies, or stretching our arms, stretching our legs. I don't know if any of you, are able to just kind of get up, when you're in between periods in school, or you are, going to your next class or something like that. Just making sure you stretch, and that'll help keep your mind focused and calm. Or how about talking to somebody? We like this one, yeah. So Lindsay and I are both licensed counselors, and so this is what we do for a living. When people are stressed out or overwhelmed, they can always come talk to us. So that's a really great way to maintain your calm and your resilience. Yeah, we really like this one. So those are some great ways to create a habits of a healthy mind. And now we're going to take a little motion break, right, Linz?
Yeah, we have a fun game where you'll see on the screen, we have the alphabet and we have different moves for each letter. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the moves that match your initials, and you're going to do them. So when we're finished this instruction, you'll have about 2 minutes to get through the moves. It doesn't matter with your space, just do the best you can. If you need a prop like a ball with some of them, if you don't have one, use something else. I think Nick is going to use tissues here. So just do the best you can. Again, we're doing our initials and we're following the moves next to the letters. So for me, my initials are LRP. So I'm going to pretend to jump rope for a count of 20, and then I'm going to walk like a bear for the count of 5, and then I'm going to walk sideways 20 steps and then hop back. So do the best you can. If you get through your initials and have time to do more, spell your name, a friend's name, your pet's name, whatever you want.
So pick out your initials right now. I'm NDF, so those are my initials. I'm going to do those 3 exercises. Lindsay's going to do LRP. Find your initials, find your exercise, and we're going to listen to a little music here, hopefully. We're going to listen to a little music for 2 minutes, and we're going to get some motion going. You guys ready? Let's go. All right.
Awesome. We hope you guys had a lot of fun with that. Why don't you put in the chat what your favorite move that you just did was?
Which one was yours, Lynn?
I liked pretending I was jumping rope.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I really liked running to the nearest door and back. That was a lot of fun.
Good.
All right. Well, we really hope you all enjoyed your little motion break here, and we're going to move on to the next healthy habit.
Yes, a few people are dizzy from spinning around in circles, but people also really like the jumping up and down and the jump roping. So it seemed like jumping was a positive experience for a lot of people.
Yeah, jumping can be a lot of fun. So let's talk a bit more about healthy motion. Within this category, we break it into two different types of activity. So one is more formal exercise. So that's like actually planning a workout. If you're going to the gym or going outside to take a run or a walk, for example, or if you play sports and you're going to your practice or game, that would be that more formal exercise. Then the other category is just smaller activities that you can do throughout the day to move your body a bit more. So that could be, if you are walking around the store, walking up and down stairs a little bit more, or it could be as simple as tapping your foot while you're watching a TV show, or right now as you're listening to Nick and I talk. So there's lots of different ways you can increase your movement.
You can just move throughout the day, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very good. Very good. All right. So let's move on to our next healthy habit. We're going to play another little game here. And this one is called Morninglark or Night Owl. And we're going to find out which bird you are. Are you a morning lark or are you a night owl? So this one has to do with sleep. So morning larks, the bird on the left side of your screen there, they're really famous for waking up early in the morning and singing, and they're bright and shiny and full of energy. And night owls are much more common to see at nighttime, right? In fact, most owls don't sleep at night, and that's when they get their hunting. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, maybe we have some owl experts out there that can help me with that one. But which one of these birds better represent how you like to sleep? Now, are you that type of person, the morning lark person that likes to go to bed early and wake up nice and early? Or do you prefer to stay up a little later and then sleep in? Think about the weekends, not a day that you have to wake up for school, but think about the weekends and what your sleep preference is. Are you more of a morning lark, like to wake up early, or are you more of a night owl, like to stay up a little late? Lindsay, how about you? Which one are you?
I am definitely a night owl.
Oh, and she's got an owl right here. How about that? You know what, Linz? Actually, me too. I am a night owl as well. But don't worry, I think we've got something for our morning larks. Fantastic, fantastic. So which bird are you that represents your sleep habits? Why don't you put it into the chat? Are you more of a morning lark? Do you like to wake up early and you're ready to go, rush downstairs and have your breakfast and get the day started? Or maybe you like to sleep in a little bit more and you're a little slower to start in the morning. Lindsay, do we have anybody putting in the chat whether or not they're a lark or an owl?
Yes, we have really mostly night owls with just one morning lark popping in there, but lots of night owls on the call today.
Not lots of night owls. All right, there we go. Here's the owl right here for everybody. That's excellent. That's excellent. All right, well, let's learn a little bit more about habits of healthy sleep. So that can be really important to know what kind your sleep, what your sleep preferences are, right? Are you the kind of person that likes to sleep in a little bit? And maybe you could get a few extra minutes to hours on the weekend sleeping in. Talk to your parents or your caregivers about that. It's also really important when you're getting proper sleep to set up a proper bedtime routine. Doing the same thing each and every night gets yourself ready to go, ready to get into bed and ready to fall asleep. For me, it's about, brushing my teeth and washing my face and putting on comfortable pajamas and making sure my bed is all comfy and ready to go, having this nice routine. And then relax before bedtime as well. I like to read before I go to sleep. That helps me to relax. Is there anything that you like to do before you go to bed, Linz?
I like to listen to some calming music, just a few minutes right before my bedtime.
Yeah, that's a great way to relax. So reading or listening to music or anything you can do to kind of relax yourself right before you fall asleep. And then the last tip I have here is to, oh no, it's to avoid blue light that comes from TVs, computers, phones, and tablets. I know all of us, have fun on our phones and computers, and we're on a computer right now. But actually, they emit what's something called a blue light. And blue lights can actually keep us awake, and they interrupt our ability to fall asleep. So it's really important to avoid TVs, computers, phones, and tablets, at least an hour. We'll say at least an hour before you go to sleep at night, right? And when we get really good sleep, when we feel really good the next day, we're able to focus much better, right? When we go to school, we're able to focus on our assignments, or when we go to our sports practices, we're able to perform better. Or if we have a concert, maybe we're a musician, we play the piano or something like that, we're able to focus more effectively and efficiently when we have a good night's sleep. And then we're more productive. That means that we're able to get more done, we're able to play more games, we're able to have more fun, we're able to get more schoolwork done, and we're able to practice harder and be more creative as well. All important things. So sleep is really important, right, Linz?
Really important. Whoever picked you picked a good one.
You picked a really good one. That's exactly right. Well, I think we actually have one more healthy habit to talk about. Is that right, Linz?
The last habit for today is habits of healthy surroundings. So what this is looking at the people, places, and things that are in our lives, because they all impact our health and well-being. So you can think of it as building a health bubble. So creating people, places, and things in your life that support you and your goals. It's part of your support system. So think of your friends and family and having those long-lasting relationships with people who support you. And we talk about the OPTAVIA community as being a group of like-minded people who care about each other's health and well-being. So that's all part of it. And actually, games are a part of your healthy surroundings. They help you to connect with other people, have some friendly competition, and learn from each other. So we're really excited to see what you put together for your games. And at this time, we are going to hand it back over to Lindsay to share more about the games. Thank you for spending some time with us today.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys. That was such an informative conversation about healthy habits and really talking about those healthy habits that students can put into their theme of their game when they dive into that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we are just going to talk about a few of those other parts of the challenge that we'll need to talk about and look at to make sure that we are participating correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Perfect. Great. So diving into some of these challenge details, we are really excited for all of you guys to work with us. And during that experience, you are going to go ahead and create a game design document. So the game design document is going to detail all of the pieces of your game, the theme, the storyline, the characters, the rules, all of the pieces that really make your game your game. You're also going to submit pictures of your physical prototype. So one of the big parts of creating a game is making that game, maybe out of little pieces of paper or little stickers or markers, anything that you guys have around. That physical prototype is going to help you test your game so that you know if it works correctly and that people have fun while they're playing it. And then last but not least, you're going to submit a gameplay video of your game. That's going to show us how it works, how you played with your friends. Maybe you played with your family. Maybe you played by yourself. You can do any of these things in your gameplay video to just show us how it worked and how much fun you had while you were playing. We do have teacher lesson plans available for all of the teachers that are working with their students on this challenge. As well, parents and any other caregivers can use these lesson plans to help guide their students through the experience of the challenge. We'll also do weekly presentations, just like this one, throughout the months of November and December from game development professionals who will talk to you about what they do in their jobs and also about the weekly lessons. So they'll help you learn how to prototype, how to play test, and how to get feedback on your game from other people. You can work independently or in teams of up to 5 people. So feel free to make it all by yourself or work with your friends, neighbors, and classmates to really have a fun experience together. And last but not least, all submissions are due on December 15th at 11:59 p.m. PST. So you have a month and a half from today to put together that great game for us. So thank you for attending the opening ceremony. You can now use the question and answer icon or the chat icon at the bottom of your screen to submit questions for either myself or for Nick and Lindsay. So we did already have a question come up while you guys were presenting. So I'll go ahead and ask that one while everyone else is typing theirs in. What is the hardest habit was the question.
Ooh, that is a really tough question. A good one too.
That is a good question. Yeah, so I think, it's such a difficult one because I'm going to give just a frustrating answer, I think. It depends. So, and I say that for this reason, because it's going to depend on the person, and it's going to depend on which habit maybe for you personally is more difficult to put into your own life, right? So I can tell you for me, sleep is probably the hardest healthy habit for me. I think healthy eating is, I can do that one and I stay pretty well hydrated and exercise and keep my mind nice and strong, but I struggle with healthy sleep. Is there a habit that you maybe have a little bit more difficult time with?
That's a great question. I would agree with the healthy sleep. That one can be really challenging, especially having a set schedule that we're kind of working around, just trying to get to bed early. I'm trying to work on it, but it goes a little bit against who I am.
So I think Lindsay just said it exactly right, is that it's a personal thing. And so if you can find out, and that's that self-awareness piece I was talking about in the healthy mind, if you're aware for you which one is more challenging than the other ones, then that's where you want to get some help. Right? You want to get some people to help you, to support you and encourage you. And then that healthy habit is going to be a little bit easier for you because you got somebody cheering you on and backing you up. So I guess the question is, which one for you is the most challenging? That's probably the best answer for that.
Yeah, and how can you break it down to that micro habit to make it easier to work on?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That was a great answer. Thank you guys. The next question is for me. So can our team have team members from different grades? So yes, you are welcome to work with people from different grades. Maybe you want to work with your sibling that's in a different grade, or you have friends maybe at the middle school or the high school or the elementary school that you want to work with. You're welcome to have as many different grades and ages in your group as you'd like. And then we have another one, so a little bit more specific for you guys, but how could I incorporate healthy habits into a dice game?
Ooh, all right. I think a dice game would be a lot of fun. Oh, I just thought of one. Okay. So this one could be for healthy motion, right? So let's say you have one dice and you roll the dice, and let's say it lands on 3. And that means you do 3 push-ups, right? And then you pick up the dice again and you roll it and it lands on 6. And this time you do 6 jumping jacks. And so whatever number the dice lands on, you do that many of that exercise. And that would be a fun, healthy motion game.
Yeah, that one sounds awesome. One I was thinking of is with healthy eating. We talked about incorporating multiple food groups into a healthy meal. So maybe you roll the dice, and if you get 3, how can you pick 3 foods from different food groups to build a healthy meal? If you get 4, maybe it's 4 food groups that you're combining.
Oh, very fun game. Yeah, or tasting new foods. Right? If you roll a 3, I'm going to taste 3 new foods this week or something like that, right? So you can get curious and try all sorts of fun, different healthy foods maybe that you've never had before.
Yeah, we have some ideas here, which is helpful.
Yes, that was a great brainstorming session. I love that. And I can't wait for all of the people watching to have those brainstorming sessions with themselves or with their teams as well as they start this challenge. We have a question here for where can I register my team? So I'm going to go ahead and just put the URL for the Game Design Challenge in the chat. That's where you can register your team and find any other information as well. You can also find the email address to where to send your questions after today's session. So if any questions come up either for myself or for, again, Nick and Lindsay, you can go ahead and send them to our email address and we'd be happy to answer them for you after today. So I think those were all the questions that we got in. So thank you so much, Nick and Lindsay. Again, those were some great ideas. Can't wait to see the games. But awesome. Thank you so much for attending the opening ceremonies. We are so excited that you're joining us in this challenge. And here at Legends of Learning and at OPTAVIA, just like Nick and Lindsay said, we believe that everyone should have access and education to create healthy habits, no matter where you live or how old you are. And your games are going to help us achieve that goal. So we are so excited that you're here with us, and we wish you the best of luck and hope you have so much fun.